All right, fellas. We've got the injuries. Hollywood is sick. Clyde's sick. Nazeeh just tweaked his knee, the one that he had surgery on, but we should be okay there. It's a little bit more the hamstring than the knee. Chris Jones, groin strain, and then Justin and Watson we've already talked about, but they're making progress. Good practice today. Guys challenging each other, going back and forth. Got a lot of 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2 going today. Red zone was a big part of today's practice, which we need. You need to be sharp in these areas, and that's a big one right there. So it was good work today. Time's yours.
How do you evaluate where Reid is at, especially in the one-on-one?
Yeah, listen, he's learning. This is all new to him, but he's working his tail off, working through it. You can see his athletic ability. He's just got to get used to doing all the different things we're asking him to do.
What about the players at left tackle? I know it's real early in pads, but what do you see from them?
Yeah, I like the competition there. They're going, really, there are 2 of them that are working in there, and they're doing a nice job. So they kind of go back and forth, and they're challenging each other. They're also good friends, so they've developed a friendship, and it's good, healthy competition.
Maybe how much do you emphasize turnovers here in training camp? I know you've talked before about quarterbacks testing windows, but even for defense, how much do you emphasize?
Yeah, both ways. Yeah, both ways. You don't want to turn the ball over, but at the same time, I want to let the quarterbacks work and see what they can get away with, and so without being ridiculous, So, and then defensively, we're always punching the ball out, which is good for the runners and the receivers. It's good there that they can get that work and feel that. But so turnovers end up being a big thing, catching the football on the back end defensively. We can keep working on that.
Coach, what's been your messaging to Sky Moore as he enters this camp and how to challenge him?
Yeah, just listen. He's a few years into this thing now, so just cut loose and play, and let's not think through it. Just go play. And he's doing a nice job with that. He's actually playing good football right now.
Coach Reid, what do you see from Drew Tranquil, given he'll have an expanded role this year?
Yeah, I like what I see. He's a competitive kid, very smart. He played back on the back end in college, so he's got that feel there. And then, he can get in the box there and play like a linebacker. He kind of grew into that position. So I like what I've seen. Physical player.
Anticipate Chris being out very long?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I know he was messing with you guys, but he does have a groin there. We all have groins, but he has a sore groin.
How deep is a concern for Nazeeh, just considering he did have a surgery last year?
I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. You go through those things, and but he's strong, and that on his legs strong, his knees solid, all that. So he'll be fine.
When you look at the kickoff rules, has there been a change as big as this since you've been in the NFL?
Probably not quite that big. No, that's a big one. It's big for the officials too. We've had the officials out here, and these guys are working the Thursday game, the Hall of Fame game. So it's our first time being exposed to that. So we've been working on it all off season. They're just getting exposed to it, and it's good to listen to them and see hear what they're thinking going through this and the issues that might take place. So it's been good for our players for that.
What have conversations been like with the officials? Like, did you learn anything specifically from them about the new kickoff?
Yeah, well, they go through the new changes, which is important. This is a good crew right here. So they're one of the better crews in the NFL, and it's good to get their feedback. And they're great with our guys. They get in and give our guys feedback. We had a meeting with them last night. They did a nice job there. They had a video to show us. Did a nice job there. Yeah.
And what are some of the challenges Kingsley's working through right now?
Yeah, just there are a few things. I mean, just the physical part of it, of being out here every day and going full speed against the best players in the world. So you've got to be able to back these things, and he's working his tail off doing that. And then the mental part, we're throwing a ton at him. But I like the way he's going about it. I like how he's fighting in there, and he's going to be okay as we roll here.
Coach, this was a chippier practice maybe the last couple of days, and Drew was involved. It seemed like a lot of
yeah.
it. What's that fine line between wanting a guy that has some fire and
Yeah, well, you have him and you have Pacheco. They both have fire, which is great. I mean, that's what makes it go. These are dog practices, man. And so any of that competition like that and a little talk helps you get through this. And for them to get their juices going like that, I love it.
Hey, Coach. For the last 3 years, the number of quarterbacks that have had to start games has been in the mid-60s, which is much higher than the previous 15 years. So I wonder if you've noticed that trend and why you think it's trending upwards, and then if it changed the way that you think about your own quarterback.
Yeah, so it's a vulnerable position, and we've always tried to keep a veteran guy just in case that has a pretty good feel and experience in there, because we know those numbers. I mean, that's what it is, and you're in a vulnerable position right there with some big men that are chasing you, trying to get you.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, good.